Let's get one thing straight. Introverts are not shy. We're not broken. We're not antisocial. We're not weird puzzle pieces waiting to be fixed. But we are tired. Not tired from socializing exactly. We're tired of being misunderstood, of having to explain ourselves in a world that seems designed for volume over value. And some days, let's be honest, we're irritated. Not by noise, not by people, but by the constant pressure to be something we're not. So if you've ever wondered what actually irritates an introvert, not the stereotype, but the real, living, breathing, quietly burning kind, this is for you. Let's unpack it. 1. Being asked, "Why are you so quiet?" This might be the universal introvert trigger, especially when it's asked in a room full of people, loudly, like a joke. Like your silence is something that needs fixing. Here's the truth. Introverts think before they speak. We don't fill silence for the sake of it. So when someone interrupts that intentional stillness just to call it out, it feels invasive. Like being put under a spotlight for simply being. And it's not just awkward, it's exhausting. Because now we have to either pretend we're fine with it and laugh off the discomfort, or defend ourselves, which, trust me, makes it worse. We don't ask extroverts, "Why do you talk so much?" So why is our default up for public commentary? 2. Small talk that goes nowhere. We don't hate conversation. We hate frictionless, meaningless noise, weather updates, work gossip, forced smiles, and so what do at every party? It's not that we're above it, it's that it doesn't feed us. Introverts crave depth. Not deep topics necessarily, but deep connection. We'll happily sit in silence with someone we trust. We'll stay up at 2 a.m. talking about why we sabotage love, or what home feels like, or how we're scared of aging. But asking us to perform chit-chat? That's like asking a dolphin to tap dance. And when people get offended that we don't talk much, what they don't see is, we're listening, we're absorbing, we're waiting for the moment things get real. 3. Being interrupted mid-thought. This one cuts deep. Introverts often take a pause before speaking. We're forming the sentence, checking how it lands, making sure it's not just noise, and right as we're about to finish our thought, boom. Someone jumps in, talks over, moves on. We go quiet again. Not because we don't care, but because the moment we were building, gone. What people don't realize is that interruption doesn't just steal words, it steals trust. It tells the introvert, your voice isn't needed here. And over time, we believe that. 4. The pressure to be more social. Ah yes, the classic advice, you should get out more. You'd be so good at networking. You just need to push yourself. The implication? That we're broken. That our way of being is less than. That solitude is a symptom. But here's the thing. We're not antisocial. We're selectively social. We're energized by deep, meaningful interaction, not large group energy drains. Telling an introvert to be more social is like telling a cat to be more like a golden retriever. Wrong species, wrong wiring. Let us socialize our way, in spaces that feel safe, with people who don't make us feel like too quiet to matter. 5. Group dynamics that reward loudness over wisdom. You've seen it. In meetings, in classrooms, at family dinners. The loudest person in the room is seen as the smartest. The fastest speaker wins the floor. And those who pause, to think, to breathe, get labeled as disengaged or unsure. It's frustrating, because introverts often hold the most thoughtful insights. But they get buried beneath bravado. We don't talk to win. We talk to mean something. But in a culture that equates confidence with volume, introverts end up unheard. Not because we lack ideas, but because we refuse to compete with noise. And yes, that gets under our skin. 6. Being expected to explain ourselves constantly. Why didn't you come to the party? Why do you like being alone so much? Why do you always sit in the back? As if solitude is suspicious. As if quiet must be justified. Extroverts don't get asked, "Why are you always out?" Or, "Why do you talk to so many people?" But introverts? Every choice is seen as strange. Like we need to defend our peace instead of just enjoying it. It's irritating, Not because we don't want to share, but because we shouldn't have to explain a personality that has always existed. 7. Assuming we're cold, rude, or uninterested. Let's set the record straight. Just because an introvert doesn't laugh the loudest doesn't mean they're not happy. Just because they don't respond right away doesn't mean they're bored. Just because they don't give hugs at the door doesn't mean they don't care. We feel deeply, we just show it differently. But being misunderstood over and over as standoffish or distant slowly chips away at us. We want connection, we just don't broadcast it. We love people, we just don't perform it. And when people assume we're rude, it hurts. Because behind the quiet is a heart that's probably been burnt too many times to risk being loud again. 8. Too much stimulation, too fast, too often. This is more sensory than social, but still irritating. Flashing lights, blasting music, open office plans, people talking over each other, notifications pinging, back-to-back everything. For introverts, it's like being in a mental wind tunnel. We can handle intensity, but not all at once. We need mental space to breathe, to think, to process. And when that space is stolen, we don't just feel drained, we feel invaded. It's not being picky. It's having a nervous system that notices everything and needs time to recover. 9. People who don't know how to hold silence. Some people treat silence like it's awkward, like something's wrong, like every second without words is a failure. Introverts? We treat silence like a language. It's comfort. It's clarity. It's real. So when someone keeps filling it with jokes, updates, noise, it grates on us. Not because we hate them, but because they won't let the moment breathe. Being with someone who's comfortable with silence is like finding emotional oxygen. It's rare. And when we find it, we stay. 10. When our boundaries aren't respected. The thing that probably irritates introverts the most? When people don't respect our need for space. It's not personal, it's not rejection, it's not avoidance, it's how we reset, how we recharge, how we stay human. But when someone pushes, shows up uninvited, pressures us to hang out, guilt trips us for needing alone time, it feels suffocating. Respecting our space isn't optional. It's love, it's safety, it's seeing us. Here's the twist. We're not always irritated by people. We're irritated by the expectation to be someone we're not. We're irritated by the assumption that loudness equals value. That stillness means emptiness. That a voice is only powerful if it echoes. The truth? Our silence is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's self-trust. It's listening to the world before we choose to speak into it. So if you're an introvert watching this, no, you're not too quiet. No, you're not difficult. And no, you don't have to explain why you are the way you are. You're deep. You're observant. You're deliberate. And yes, sometimes you're irritated. Because being quiet doesn't mean you don't feel. It just means you've learned to feel first and speak later. And when you do, people should listen. Introverts aren't cold. We're not distant. We're just tired of being told we're wrong for being wired differently. What irritates us most isn't people. It's pressure. Pressure to explain, to perform, to fill space that was never meant for us. We're not looking to be louder. We're looking to be understood. And when that happens, our silence doesn't need defending. It speaks for itself.